We only do 25 or so more of these. Look at these views. I just took a 5-minute trail nap. Absolutely incredible. Absolute madness. Got a lightning thunderstorm. Look at this. How cool is this? Yum. It is back to being 90 degrees and I gotta make sure I don't get fried even more. We came from the other side down there. After flying over from the US and landing in Geneva, Switzerland, I drove over to Courmayeur, Italy via the Mont Blanc tunnel. I traveled to Italy to tackle my biggest adventure yet, the TOR des Geants. I arrived on early Thursday afternoon with plenty of time to check into our Airbnb and to go for an easy checkout run. On Friday afternoon, my Airbnb roommates Ramon, Kyle, and Pat and I wandered over to the sports center in Courmayeur to pick up our race packets and our drop bags. With nearly 1,200 runners registered just for the 330k distance at the Tour des Géants, we all kind of expected this to be a rather lengthy process, and that turned out to be true. When it was all said and done, we had spent nearly 4 hours in and out of the sports center in Courmayeur to not only get our race numbers, but also the all-important drop bags that would basically hold all of our extra gear, as well as any nutrition we would need throughout the 200 miles. The Tour des Géants is a nearly 210-mile looped course that circumnavigates the entire Valle d'Aosta, or Aosta Valley, and starts and finishes in Courmayeur, Italy. In the process, runners climb more than 85,000 feet and climb a total of 25 mountain passes, with each climb and descent ranging anywhere from 3,000 to 7,000 feet each. Along with numerous aid stations at various refugios and towns along the route, runners are also provided with 6 life bases, where they can get both rest as well as medical care.
Let's do this.
First pass crossing up there. We only do 25 or so more of these. All right, we're approaching the first pass.
Ragazzi, Ale Massimo, Ale Cristian, dai che il primo è andato!
Grazie. All right, number one done.
No water?
Not here yet. All right, we're gonna go down. Running into La Tuile. First major aid station, but it's not a live base. Just an aid station at about 12 miles. Thanks, man. Good work, man.
Anche di qua? Uguale anche di qua.
Grazie. All right, second climb of the day. It's hot. Still on the second climb of the day. You can see the ridge line there. Still a ways to go. believe this was the second pass, so less than a quarter mile to the third aid station, which is a refugio, a hut, and just below the second pass that we crossed. And definitely gonna take a second, get plenty of fluids and food before moving on, because we still have another big climb before even getting close to the first life base.
Okay.
Grazie.
Number?
565. Alright, time for refreshments. Alright, we just left the third aid station, 7 hours in, about 8,500 feet climbed, somewhere around that. I need to verify that later. And 2 3/4 miles to the next aid station with a jolly little climb up ahead. And yeah, I think we're about 3/4 done climbing until the life base for the day, so we'll see how beautiful this place is. So just gonna keep moving and keep enjoying this adventure. Right, approaching the third pass. Came from down there somewhere. And now dropping down before we climb again. Buttery and salty. And we go that way. I guess this looks busy. Busier than the last one, though. Alright, I'm heading out of the fourth aid station. We've got the gnarliest climb of the 4 in this section before the first life base ahead of us. I had to take a longer break. My new buddy Patrick, friend of Tobias's, was kind enough to tape my heels. I started having hotspots already on my heels, so I got to deal with it. I tried double socking and that clearly didn't work, so now he was able to tape the heels. So let's see if that actually fixes it, or obviously not fixes it, but helps. Yeah, the sun is on the other side of the ridge, so it's finally cooled off. 9 hours in, almost 23 miles in. Alright, we're still climbing, but a little bit of a ridge line. Oh, good. We keep going. Shit. I guess I'm going to pick up the trekking poles for a minute. That looks, well, I can't tell. Maybe not. It's about to get dark. And we got a little bit of rope action above and below. I slow down again. try to stop going back and forth between freezing and sweating. So this is it's a real deal. We're still on the 4th climb, and yeah, it's getting dark. Camera up, about to get the headlamp out. Forest path. Time to get on a windbreaker, I guess. Brr. Whew. Oh, 8th station is over there. All right, 4th pass, 5th aid station. Alright, I made it through night 1 over the 5th pass, I guess, 5th call. That one was gnarly, both on the climb and the descent. There's some really sketchy rope sections there, but the worst is done. But you're just not making up any time on the descents, because when you're climbing 80,000 feet on a loop, you're also descending 80,000 feet. So we've been spending just as much time descending steep as we have been climbing steep, and my feet are just a mess. We came down from that col there. And now we're making our way into town. Still got 2 miles to go. And this was a 7 kilometer, it's about a 4.5 mile section total. And we've only done 2.5 miles on that climb and descent. We climbed 2,500 feet, something like that. Just from the last aid station. We had already climbed to that for 2-something thousand feet. It's insane. It's insane. And I don't want to run the descents too much, because you just beat yourself up too much. We've just got to do this 20 more times. I can't even, there's no point even thinking about it. 1 aid station at a time, but even that is just hours upon hours of climbing and then descending. But I knew what I was getting into, or at least I assumed I knew. So let's see how this goes. After the aid station. And what are we doing? Climbing. Steep. But that's alright. Beautiful views. Amazing. Very cool. So I just took a 5-minute trail nap because this climb is just massive. I mean, they're all massive, but this one is yet another level. And as I woke up and started climbing again, people splayed out everywhere trying to take a nap. It's getting, it is warm again now, and man, these climbs are so steep. So steep. And we gotta keep going and keep going. It should be fun. Hey. Rocks! Okay, approaching the 6th pass. This was by far the hardest. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Steep and long. Second highest elevation of the race. Somewhere between 10 and 11,000 feet. Oh, goodness. But we got it done. And my goodness. Look at these views. Just spectacular. Wow. There's actually a buffed trail here for a second. I'm probably jinxing myself, but what a cool view. So we're gonna go down now for quite a while. And we came from just up there, past the other side. And you obviously can't see the valley from here. There's gonna be a bunch of faults, summits on the way down as well. But hopefully this is not as steep. Oh, that's beautiful trails down there. Ah, this may be a little fun run. Of course, I'm gonna have to recover for a minute before I start running, but it's definitely beautiful. hot again. We're now dropping down for a couple of miles to Oaks Rooses. Roos. I'm sure I'm totally butchering it. Old Roos, something like that. And 27 hours in now. It'll probably be 27 and a half or more once we get to the aid station. And then we still got a couple more to go, I think, until we get to the next life base. And we got a massive climb in there. One more pass today. I mean, yeah, today. Hopefully, geez. Really like to get this done by dog, but that is not likely going to happen. There's a reason why it's called TOR des Geants, meaning Tour of Giants. It is a bunch of giants that we're passing over. It's just insane, but landscape is just spectacular. I mean, look at this. Basically circumnavigating the entire valley. Alright, we just left Aura's aid station, roughly 80k. And we're now heading out on the final climb of the day, at least, more likely than not. And the sun is blasting us. There's no shade, no clouds, and obviously as soon as we're above tree line, no shade to speak of from anything. So well, let's just see what happens. We can't really avoid it, short of waiting until tonight, and that's not an option. So look at that. Aaron actually found a flat section on the course. But it's in the nice, yeah, baking sun. I'm curious what the day, what do you think it is? 90? Mid 80s, high 80s? Problem is we keep going higher.
The heat's emanating off this rock, it's real hot.
Yeah.
I had fun to look up the UV index instead of...
Get more water. this is recording fine. Bit wet. They actually groom this trail. I didn't realize that. There's a safety station below the col. Usually they'll have literally a swig of water and that's it. Because it's getting helicoptered in, so. Oof, it's cold. Hi. Hello.
Ciao.
Ciao. Do you have tea?
Scende rifugio.
Grazie.
No, appena fatto già togli.
Ah, sì.
Arriva! Ma indietro tanto, tanto. Non la vedo dico però.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. Unfortunately, I think still got a ways to go to the life base. I believe we're hitting a refugio in a mile and a half, but none of them have been open. They've just been having aid station tents outside, and to be quite frank, I just want to order like cappuccino, especially with the sleep deprivation, and some different food, and I'll gladly pay. So fingers crossed that I can do that at this next refugio, which also is supposedly an aid station. And then I believe we have less than a 5k to the life base, which is quite a bit longer, this whole section, than I thought it would be, but it is what it is. So trying to get to the refugio before dark so I can get my stuff sorted when I get there. It's just beautiful. We came up from that gap right in the middle of the video, and we climbed up on that and then dropped down, but that climb was massive. Massive. I think it was 8 miles of steep up. Anyway, I'm gonna put up the camera and try to shuffle downhill a little bit to see if I can get to that refugio for some refreshments and to get my headlamp and stuff set up. That's in my pack. Alright, we're 2 miles out from Cogne. Actually, I don't think we're 2 miles out. I think we're 2 miles out from the aid station, life base number 2. We stopped at a refugio about 5 miles ago, up high, after we traversed another pass. And now the plan is to take a hot shower. That's the plan, if it's available. Food, clean clothes, 2 hours of sleep or rest, medical care to retape my feet, and then get out tonight to try to complete the Donnas section by morning. All right. Good morning. Good Tuesday morning. The sun's come up and we're climbing up another col. Surprise, surprise. It's the one in the center of the picture, and we came from the other side down there. So it's a beautiful morning. I slept an hour maybe, and it'll have to do until my body finally says enough and actually lets me sleep. So right now, one call at a time. Alright, we've almost made it to the top of the col. We have 3.5 miles to the refugio, and runners working their way up and over. I'm severely sleep deprived, but here we are. So far so good. I'm moving about as fast as I can safely without messing up my feet even more. Blisters have developed, so the goal is to manage one day at a time to make sure I can finish this thing. I don't care about the time, I just want to finish. Look at this. How cool is this? Man. lucky to be running with a guy and a couple of guys that I met here that know this course and just give me kind of some bits of information that matter when the time comes, and that's good enough. I get to experience all for the first time, and that's just fine by me. So I'm going to continue to drop into town and then get some aid. I can listen to that all day. I think the aid station is actually right behind where the cows are. 5/10 of a mile, so must be right around the corner. Wow. Yeah. Not sure what hurts more, pointy rocks on the mountaintops or this stuff. I just love this. We're rolling into Pont Bosset, which is the last aid station before the third life base. We've been moving really well. Pat is just ahead. I just pulled out the camera, that's why he's out of sight. But 10th of a mile, we should be at the aid station. Yep, it's hot again, but this descent sounds great, and I think we may have a bit more like this to the life base with one big bump at the end, I think. But hey, you gotta run when you can, and these have been mostly gradual descents where I'm not running the risk of hurting my blisters even more, so that's been nice. Grazie. What a beautiful town. Anya and I have been in the Aosta Valley once before, in Aosta to be exact, but I think we may need to come back to just chill. Here we are at Aosta. A hanging bridge. I hope it's a hanging... Oh shit! That's not a hanging bridge. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Holy shit. Just beautiful. But this swinging bridge made of wood makes me fucking nervous. Headed into Donnas, the third life base, and as you can maybe tell with the sun blaring behind me and me being all zipped up with my hood, it is back to being 90 degrees and I gotta make sure I don't get fried even more. So at least this gives me some serious UPF protection, but I'm kind of sick of the long sleeves, so I have to decide what we're gonna do when we head out for the next section here in a little while once we get reset and refueled. And now we're about to hit the old leftover Roman road. It's pretty cool. So Pat and I are heading out into the rain on Tuesday. Yeah, there was no rain in the forecast for Tuesday, so put the rain jackets over our kit in hopes that this keeps us from overheating, yet keeps us from freezing as we're climbing. Oh yeah, we just got this little 6,000 foot climb ahead of us, north of 6,000 feet, so yeah.
Going this way?
Yes. All right, we're rolling into another aid station on this massive climb we got ahead of us. The weather is still raining. We just pulled our rain jackets over yet again because we don't want to get cold because we're too wet. But anyway, that's what it is. And now we're headed into town for an aid station. Grazie. This is just crazy. Look at that. That's just crazy. This beautiful bridge. Amazing. So amazing. Refugio Coda. Oof, that was a bear of a climb. Wowzer, wowzer. Alright, we just left Refugio, is it Brahma? Barma. And had to wait out a storm for I guess it only affected us for about an hour since we were taking an hour nap. They limited sleeping to an hour, which is due to the limited number of beds they had. And with my luck, I didn't even score bad. I scored another cot. But this one, at least, I definitely fell asleep. So let's see how far an hour will get me. But again, I'm just saying, it may feel pretty miserable right now and the body is battered, but we're in the freaking Alps getting to do this. So I think there's a lot worse things and not much better things. So anyway, we're
30k, about 20 miles from the fourth life base. Yep, fourth life base. And then it's time again to reassess. Oh yeah, I had one of my blisters popped by they actually had a doctor up here. So I did that in hopes to ease the struggling a little bit. So we'll see. It's just going to be continued maintenance. Anyway, with the rain having blown through, I was about to say it looks like it's going to clear up, but there's 2 more storms on the horizon for today, and we are really hoping we can time it in a meaningful way that they hit us while we're at a aid station or life base, so we can use that time to take a nap rather than either just twirl our fingers or even have to be out in it. Okay, getting close to another finesse today, I think. Another call. It's a ridge-lined crossing, but it's not a full mountain pass where 2 distinct mountains separate. Now, that's me taking a wild guess. I'll research that when I get back to the US. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Take it in for a moment, yeah. Oh wow. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful.
Ciao, bravi.
Ciao, grazie.
Really? Grandi.
Alright, down there is an aid station, and then quick refuel, and then we're gonna go up. Yep, that monster behind it to the left. This will be interesting to say the least. Alright, another aid station. Alright, so we're above cloud cover, or in the clouds right now. Just hit another call. So we're staying on this side of that call to continue on. We got caught in a rainstorm, kind of fizzled and picked up again, and we decided not to wait it out because it looks like we'll have rain on and off all day today. So challenge is temperature regulation and making sure we don't freeze, making sure we don't sweat to death. So yep, but it's been another pretty day. I mean, yes, it's taking me longer than I had anticipated or hoped, but at this point it's about finishing and, more importantly, enjoying this adventure, because it's just incredible. Just incredible. Oh yeah, and just about every rock you see, any big block or rock, I'm interpreting as a TV or a house, camper, car. My brain is pretty far gone in the hallucination department. And this is not just at night, this is full on broad daylight. I know I'm looking at a rock and I can't picture it. It's always giving me something else. So yeah, quite the interesting problem. At least I know it's a hallucination, so I think that's kind of the most important thing. Station. Yo!
There you go, Martin. Looking good, buddy.
What a shit show, but it's beautiful.
What a shit show.
That's you. Absolute madness. Got a lightning thunderstorm less than a mile away as we're cresting this last call. It's absolute madness. This is not the call yet? This is?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you doing?
Putting my jacket on under my...
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to get
Yeah.
point to head down.
It is a mess. I was hammering, trying to get up and over, and finally caught up to Pat. And when I tried to run with him to the bottom of this, we have, oh shit, I don't even know. We have 1 3/4 mile to the next 8, and then another section to the 4th life base, 5th life base. It's a blur. Anyway, it's a life base, so I'm gonna put the camera up and try to stay warm as I'm descending. Just left Gressoney And due to unforeseen circumstances, i.e. hundreds of people in line for medical, we were here an hour and a half longer than we wanted, but not actually getting an hour and a half of extra sleep, so that's kind of frustrating. But we're gonna finish this thing, right?
Yes.
So Pat and I are the last two men standing from a group of people, friends, fellow Americans that we either knew before the race or met at the registration. And so, well, not all, there's still a couple more, but the closest group, we're the last two left. A couple of DNFs, one top 10 finish. Kudos to Kyle and us. And yeah, it's not gonna be a top 10 finish, but we don't really care. We're still out here.
It might be a bottom 10 finish.
Nah. I will say this weather feels amazing compared to what we dealt with earlier today. Thunderstorms, hail, kind of running for our lives at the top of a mountain with lightning above us. So anyway, now onward and upward. Just, there's always another mountain to climb until we get to 330k. All right, we're now on day 4 and operating on 2 hours of sleep. It's not working, but they had no cause or anything set up at this last aid station. So now we have 10 miles with one aid station in between, full life base at the end of that, but 10 miles. And then because there's yet more thunderstorms in the forecast, we want to beat the weather and possibly wait it out at the next life base and catching up on some sleep that is clearly lacking. I mean, I'm dozing off every 10 steps or so, can't stay focused, so hopefully I can fix that. Blueberry pie, and we've got cappuccinos coming. Yum. Alright, approaching the final call of this trail coming up on the side of the mountain there. And we're going up there. Looks closer than it is. I'm still gonna go up and over that hump. Can't really see the, well, maybe that is it. Beautiful mountains. We just left Val Tournesh life base. Into the night we go. It's just after 7. Got another, oh gosh, my God. Got another massive climb ahead. And then another and another. I'm not counting, we're just moving. We got 2.5 miles of straight up. And then we hit a refugio to refuel. And then we go on. Goal is to be out here another 30 hours and be done. And we don't, yeah, it's not pretty, but I've never expected this to be pretty, at least not physically. But of course, the playground we've been given is incredible. We're at the bottom of a dam. And there's Pat, still cruising along. This is hopefully the last full night Pat and I are spending out here, as much as I enjoy it. All good things must come to an end, right, Pat? In this case, not an end, but the finish line. So we're actually running at the base of a dam. It's just crazy. We're about to hit a refugio, and we actually saw this dam from the other side of the valley earlier today, across the mountains. It's a beautiful dam lake, just such bright turquoise color. And unfortunately we are now getting here and it's dark, so we won't really be able to see it up close, but from the distance, just spectacular. We made it to the first refugio of the night. We're gonna refuel and then keep going. Goal is not to spend unnecessary time being comfortable tonight. Good Friday morning. Oof. Didn't think I'd say that necessarily, but we're about to cross the path of this monster, and I am very, very sleepy. Very, very sleepy. It's been raining all night. Spirits are kind of low for me. I know I can do this, but I'm ready for this rain to be over and have some dry clothes. But if that'll happen, who knows. Right now we just got to get this done, get to the next checkpoint, get some coffee and move on. Another massive climb, and we haven't even, well, we've kind of started, but we've got the bivouac aid station before we start the final climb, and then a 5,000 foot descent. We were over 4 or 5 miles.
565.
Grazie. This one was nuts. We finally made it to the call, and now there's a straight down 5,000 foot descent. If I can't manage, I'll have to find a spot to lay down. We'll see. But wowzer, oh my goodness. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Both sides really. Beautiful. And now to the descending. and green. A single track trail leading into well, hoping it leads into Oyasi. Mile and a half to go to the aid station. We'll find out soon. Alright, finally made it into the town of Oyasi. Last stop before the final life base, at which point we will have to do the final 50k. That's it.
Mi ha telefonato, sembrava che dovesse lottare per il podio.
Ciao.
Ciao. That's it. The last call of the second to last leg of this race, and we're in a bit of a time crunch, but we should be okay if we don't slow down over previous legs, but you never know. Oh, here we are. Thank you. Okay. Allemande, final life base. We kind of pushed the pace on the second to last section because, well, we didn't want to get any closer to the cutoffs than we already were. That's basically it. So now we've got plenty of time. We're not going to be lollygagging around, but making sure we take care of ourselves, hit the reset button before we head back out for the final push in 50k. So scenic. Hey! Okay, you can actually see the clouds that we're in, that we have been in, hence no footage from tonight as we climbed across the col via chains, iron stairs, ropes, and so on. This is literally what you would have seen. Just clouds rolling in from one side to the other, blocking your view. On 3 or 4 hours of sleep for the week, not being able to see clearly makes sleepiness even worse. So I'm curious to find out more about what's causing that, because both Pat and I were barely able to stay awake.
This way, Gigante. Well done, guys. Well done.
Grazie. That smells delicious. Thanks. Grazie. Grazie.